Hello and welcome to the introduction series of Arduino. In this tutorial, we will be looking over the basics of what is Arduino. Second, we will be looking over the microcontroller board. And third, we will be going over the Arduino IDE software. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, the very first question, what is Arduino? So Arduino is a company that develops an open source hardware and software available for the general use. For the hardware, they develop a microcontroller board, which we will be using throughout this tutorial series. And we will be using an Arduino integrated development environment, short for Arduino IDE. So this is the software we will be writing codes and uploading it to our microcontroller board. So for the board itself, there are a variety of different versions and even sizes available in the market. The most common ones are Arduino Uno. This is the basic version we will be using throughout the series. The other common ones are Arduino Mega, the most sophisticated one among all Arduino versions. This board has more functionalities, more features, and more characteristics. Basically, this is an Arduino that is on steroids. For the smaller ones, there are Arduino Nano and Arduino Mini, which are pretty common for electronic hobbyists to use in their projects. Now let's look at the common features that is available in all Arduino versions. First of all, it's important to note that the Arduino itself is not a microcontroller. It's actually a board which integrates a chip called Atmega 328. We will be looking at the functionalities and the architecture of our Atmega 328 in later sessions. On the top right, you see digital input output, or IO pins for short. The reason why it's called digital is because it's able to get information or give out information in terms of 1, that is 5 volts, or 0, that is 0 volts. On the bottom right, there's analog input pins. It's able to get information either from sensors and varies it from 0 to 5 volts in a sinusoidal manner. Then we have power pins, 5 volts as an output, and then we have Vin, which is one of the ways to power the Arduino. The second way to power is through 9-volt input jack, and the third is the 5-volt USB input, which is either connected to the computer, PC, or through power bank. The last important feature is the 16 megahertz crystal. What this really means is that the board itself has a clock speed and completes 16 million oscillations in a second. So this is it for the common features of Arduino board. Now let's move on to the Arduino software. The software uses C++ language, and the most important method used in this environment is the setup method and a loop method. So whenever you power the Arduino for the first time, the Arduino looks for a setup method first, and this method runs only once. So it's able to initialize all its variables, classes, and resources that it might need, and then it jumps straight to loop method. And this is where the main functionality and behavior of the code goes, and it runs infinitely many times until we power off the Arduino. So once you write all the code, then you click on compile, and what the compiler does is it takes the C++ code, converts it into hex file, and that hex file is uploaded to the Arduino board. Once that is done, the Arduino board runs the code, and you click on the serial monitor to monitor the behavior of the Arduino. This concludes our overview of what is Arduino, and in later videos we will be using the software to write codes and upload the code to the microcontroller board and running our very first LED blinking program. So stay tuned for the next video, and thanks for watching.